many employees, and those of you parents and special guests from Philadelphia can see the camaraderie that goes on with the students and the employees here. And it's really, I was just thinking, I was sitting over here at the table listening to the conversation, seeing all that goes on. This is something that we're so extremely proud of here at Longwood. The fact that when newcomers and people that come on board, they quickly become part of the team. And you know, this program, in its second year, has been acclaimed by the Philadelphia School District and by Longwood and by, in some cases, the media. And we're so pleased that in its second year, it's become well known. And there's a lot of people that are part of this program and have made this program successful. And I think back just a few years ago when it was an idea discussed with some of the teachers in this room, an idea that was hatched out over a social occasion, and here we come along to such a successful time as the year we had this year. So a hearty welcome to all of you, and much thanks for coming out some distances. I have probably one of the shortest drives, about a half a mile to my house, but I know that some of you have traveled through traffic tonight and maybe even gotten lost getting here. We appreciate you being here and supporting the program. I'd like to just recognize some of the people that are the key players and some of the organizations that are the key players to make the high school summer internship program successful. If you did not know, the Philadelphia School District, and we have invited some of those folks, and unfortunately we're not able to make it this evening, but the Philadelphia School District supports us by providing the transportation. They fund the transportation so that we can bring the students out every day. And I think that if you were able to compare what we did last summer with what we did this summer, our transportation problems were minimal. That was a big problem last summer, and things seem to work quite well this year with the bus driver and all those that were involved in the transportation. From Abraham Lincoln High School, Wayne Almond and Lee Zender, and would they please stand up and just be recognized. Thank you so much for coming and bringing your spouses and being part of this event. The Lincoln High School, we really appreciate being involved with those folks and being there several times a year in committee meetings and going back and forth, and some great students from Lincoln. From Walworth Middle Saul, Tom Scott, the principal. Tom has been supported from day one, helping us with all kinds of things. In fact, from time to time, even saying a little prayer when we were having trouble with funding last year. Tom, great to have you, and Pam Snyder. Pam? Nice to have you this evening. Did I get all the Philadelphia school folks? Yes. Okay. I know that some of the employees probably get a little tired of me saying this all the time, but it is very true, and this is a different audience, and there are some folks that haven't heard me say this. But without the support of the Longwood employees and many of those key individuals who are in the room tonight, are folks who work directly and make this program successful. It's a team effort, and we hear that many times here at Longwood as we talk about how important the interaction between the students and the employee is to making the program successful. I'm very happy to have Ross. Where is he? Ross Edmonds. Ross? Oh, well, Ross Edmonds, head of the Department of Horticulture, was seated back in the center table, strong supporter of all of our programs. And I'd just like all of the employees to stand up and be recognized because they just do a great job with the students, especially with this group of high schools. Stand up and be recognized. Thanks so much for being an important part of the program and for making the program successful and for working diligently with Daria this year to make another year a very happy year, a very good year. I'm getting down on my list, but not least, certainly not the least of which are the parents. Those of you that I know, because I'm a parent myself, and I was just, as I was sitting with Troy's family, and we were chatting about family events and so on, I was thinking about my own children, who are now about 10, 12 years older than the folks in this room, the high school students in this room. But I do remember that when my young daughter and son went off to summer jobs, I was always, we always had to get them awake in the morning and get them gone in the morning. And I know how important that is, and I know that without this parental support of you all, it would not be successful. And I know that the students have to get up as early as 4:30 and 5 o'clock in the morning to get to public transportation, to get to our bus, and that is a commitment. But not only is it a commitment from the students, but it's a commitment from you all. So parents, thank you, and I think you should be. I think you should stand up. Parents and grandparents, and everybody. And of course, I have some things to say to the students. And I always, when there is an affair like this or event that comes up, I go into my file, and some of the past PGs will kind of scrooge up their brow and say, oh no, not again. But they know that I go into my inspiration file, and I pull out a bunch of quotes, and I'm not going to do any quoting necessarily tonight, but I wanted to get sort of psyched up and tell you, and I read an article that was in that file, and I read it several times today, and it's an article some of you may have read. It came from Group Magazine's Best Youth Group Programs, and it's entitled I'm Special. And I thought that's exactly what I want to tell you. I want to tell you that you are a special group of young people. And I don't think, in fact, I'm going to go back and change that statement. I know that your lives have been changed. You'll go back to school and you'll begin to reflect and think about what you did this summer. And the people that you met, and those folks that influenced you, those folks that are in this room, and some who were not able to make it this evening, who have influenced your lives. You've had an 8-week experience. It's been intense. You've put a lot of effort forth to get up in the morning, to get on that bus, and to come out here. And sometimes it was hot, sometimes it was wet, but you stuck it out. You did a great job. And I want to tell each one of you that you're very special individuals. Each one of you have talents, different from the others, but each one of you is a special individual. And I want to challenge you. I want you to think about this evening and the past 8 weeks, and I want you to, as you go forth into your next year of high school, and as you plan your career, that you'll think about the good things that you learned this summer and the experiences that you've had, and you will put that together and always remember that you have talents which will lead you to a successful life, whether it's in horticulture or not. Many of the things that you learned this summer about perhaps getting along with people and learning to know different personalities and putting up with the jokes and the kidding and all that you did may not necessarily.
Thank you, Dave. I wanted to add my thanks to the other students that are here tonight, the college interns, internationals, and professional gardener students. I especially appreciate your patience with me for neglecting you in favor of the high school students, but also for lending a helping hand and being a friend to all of us. So you can applaud yourselves now. Or not. I have some certificates, little packages here for all the high school students, and I'd like you to come up and get these. I'm a Kush Zach Howard Cole III. Kenny Lynn Cruz. And Troy Young. I also have some good packets from 3 students who are not able to be here tonight, Jose Brawley, Andrew Dempson, and Sharon Cartman. We will miss them. We miss them now, but it was great to have them as well. And actually, they might need your help setting up the projector. So we have some slides, a little summary of the summer's activity. A very innocent group. They heard, spoke, or saw no evil. And it was quickly clear to me that they're more than just your average kid. They were drawn to various things. Some were drawn to the camera, others to water, and still others to free plans from the Gray Square. Summer consisted of a lot of traveling. We traveled around the gardens. They traveled on the buses. They traveled to and from the terrace for lunch every day. But they also rested. And rested. And rested. But there was work too. There was work in the flower gardens, High Elizabeth, and at the nursery, in production, and display. But even work had some fun aspects, like illegally absconding with the Cushman, or smiling at the camera. We hope certain students learned a lot, like roses have thorns, monkeys have wings, and watering wands can be held in a variety of ways. As Harlem Globetrotter of water. I also personally hope that Penny learned not to lean too far over in the water pool. And I think most of the students are really, really capable of smiling at the camera. Posing to the camera is another highlight. And they can smile at the camera because they can't always keep their eyes open or their shoelaces tied. We went on several field trips where we saw things, talked to people, touched things, and posed to the camera. But most of all, the students worked and played and worked and played and worked and played. Now, I've noticed that Kish has a special affinity for water. I don't know if anyone else is the same. And, more work. And more play. But what I hope most of all is that the students enjoyed their summer as much as I did. It was the poster boy.